Welcome everybody to the Rodcast. You're with your boy A-Rod. I got two special guests for you, man. Two really, really special guests. We got B Thomp in the building.
What's good?
Yes,
man.
sir.
All the way from H-Town.
Yes, sir. And then Mr. Tae Jones.
Shedeur.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Here's how we started. I mean, we just finished watching the Rockets and Warriors game, man. That blood pressure was flowing. I'll tell y'all that.
Sure.
Shout out B Thomp for the tee too. Y'all see the T-shirt I'm repping, even though he's wasn't going for them, but
He be saying that for a week. I got your shirt.
bro, it felt like Christmas because you're expecting it, but you're just like, damn, I gotta wait.
You know what time it is,
You know
man.
what
You know
time
I'm
it
gonna
is.
bring it.
But now we got a fun episode for you guys, man. I mean, little brief intro of my guests. We'll discuss that. Some NBA playoffs going crazy. Is Giannis on the move? Is LeBron's legacy in jeopardy? We got a lot for y'all. And then someone in this room might make the old heads mad. Little Curry better than Magic Johnson. We'll dive on into that. And then some NFL draft, NIL, see how that helps. And then the trending topic that's been going around everywhere, 100 men versus a gorilla. We will give you guys our take on that.
Let's get it, baby.
Let's rock and roll.
I'm nervous, man. First off, just give the people a little intro yourself. Any of y'all can start off first.
My name is Brandon Thompson. Everybody call me B Thomp. I'm from Houston, Texas, and currently reside in ATX, man.
Yes, sir.
Tae Jones. You know, I can't even say, you know what I'm saying? From Austin, born and raised. And, you know, glad to be here with A-Rod.
Yeah, this is our second one.
This our second one for sure.
This is our second one.
this
Des ain't ruining this one.
Shout out A-Rod.
Shout out to A-Rod, man.
Now, we've been trying to cook this one up, and, I mean, we're here now, so let's get straight to it. Shoot, NBA playoffs. Crazy. There was, 3 teams down, 3-1?
Yeah.
3 teams.
3 teams.
What's been y'all's favorite series so far?
I think I'm going to go with the Denver versus Clippers series. It's a very complex series. Both sides got competitors. Animosity built towards each other throughout the season, but that Denver and Clippers series is definitely one of the best ones right now.
Mm-hmm. I second that.
Second?
Yeah, Denver and Clippers. It's too competitive. Like it's crazy. It's crazy aura.
Yeah.
Kids will say.
Yeah.
Aura.
I will say we talked about it too. I feel like the Nuggets need to get more credit than they're getting just because, I mean, they lost their coach 2 weeks before playoffs started, and they're still getting the job done competing with, it's looking, besides that Game 5, Harden's been looking scary. Kawhi's been looking scary.
Kawhi.
Wait, why are you smirking?
Go ahead.
Is he a Harden hater?
Nah,
we can't do that.
Man, Tom was.
I'm from Harden, man. I
Yeah.
love Harden, man. I love Harden, man.
Tom love
I think that in situations like that, I think that they're looking to lean on Kawhi, especially since he's healthy this series, man. And you can't shy away from it, no matter how the season had went. They
Agreed.
built their repertoire on. We can go through Kawhi because Kawhi is a proven winner.
Yeah, agree.
Man.
Uh-oh.
It's just hard. I ain't gonna cap. It's Jokic is just the best basketball player.
He is.
Yeah. It's non-debatable. I can't believe we had discussions about who's better out of him and Joel Embiid.
Wait. So, for your MVP, would it be Jokic or SGA?
It wouldn't be Jokic. It would be SGA. Youngest team in the league.
Okay.
Scored the most points.
Okay.
They was definitely the most successful in the Western Conference too.
That's
on top
fair.
Of that.
That's
so it's
fair.
like you can't just beat that. But Jokic is tough too though.
Yeah.
He averaged a 30-point triple-double.
Didn't he end up averaging a triple-double just for the season
For
too?
the season.
30-point triple-double.
Third player to do it.
That's
Facts.
Third player to do it.
That's insane. Shoot, well, we had that. So you guys said Clippers and Nuggets, which I agree.
I also like the Detroit and New York.
That too, yeah.
If Detroit could finish it,
That too, yeah.
That's the real or like that
That's the
reminds
real.
me of the rough
90s.
competition. Yeah,
90s
the rough
basketball.
competition, how they're both playing. You can tell that they've been around their older heads, so they're trying to bring that on to the court. But that Knicks and Pistons series is definitely going crazy.
agree. I mean, my favorite so far, that might be just me being biased, but I mean, y'all see what I'm wearing. You got the Rockets and Warriors.
Had that man blood.
Yeah, man. That we just finished watching. Am I tripping? Game 5.
Yeah.
Game 5. Rockets pulled it off, but man, the amount of stress I had was just insane. We had a 30-point lead, and you're thinking, yeah, you can enjoy the rest of this. You know, you can have your bench players show out. Hey, give me some Reed Shepherd minutes. Hey, give me some Cam Whitmore minutes. Nope, we want to blow the lead to what? How close did it get? 13?
Got to 13. 31 with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, man, my phone was blowing up. I'm glad I didn't have it. But my question for Warrior fans, because I ain't trying to throw no slugs off, B Thomp a Warrior fan.
Talk to me.
In that situation, you see the Warriors cut it to 13, and I believe there was a good, 6 minutes left in the game?
It was about...
It was 6 minutes left.
Yeah,
6:49, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Tom, how do you feel that Kerr didn't put the starters back in? Is this a smart move? Is this we're just going to rest for the crib, or what were y'all think? What do you think he was thinking?
I think you got to think towards the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good that the second and third unit was put in the game, and that shows you that they'll be battle tested, or when their number is called, they won't second guess their abilities. They'll go out there and play basketball. Especially watching that as a fan standpoint, we've done this before. Last year, 2022, when we were playing Dallas, we went down, put the second squad in. They brought it down to 8 or 9. He put the starters back in. The league went back up to 20.
Yeah.
But in that moment, in that pinnacle of that fourth quarter, what if someone gets hurt?
Exactly,
You know and you can't afford to lose any starter. So you let those guys go out there and prove themselves and play hard and see what they can do. And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose.
Yeah, something that you said that stuck with me. I was talking mess about y'all's bench players, but then you go, look who they practice with every day.
Every day.
And then I'm just like, okay, you're seeing it. You're seeing
in my opinion, two of the top 5 competitors in the NBA on your team. You got Draymond Green and you got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
They demand excellence on if it's offense or defense, running plays, execution, using your IQ to think about plays. Like, they demand excellence in their arena. So, respectfully, when they're practicing against that, you don't get to lollygag in practice. It doesn't flow onto the court as them lollygagging. Like, they out there, they're trying to make plays. Yeah, we had some goofy plays going on, but
yeah.
They out there trying to focus and win, and bring it together, because they know that when their name is called, anybody or anything can happen on the court.
Agree.
So you got to be ready.
Curry too. You got that number 30.
Yeah.
You can't forget Curry running around. I know they running around.
It's so frustrating how much that man stresses me. Like, remember when he pulled up from half court and y'all were like, bro, that's a 50-50 ball still, and that thing really almost went in too.
Shoot from half court. It's still a 40% chance.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I will say maybe the con for Warriors fans seeing the Rockets win tonight builds just a bunch of confidence for that young group.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, obviously you're going back to the Bay. We know what the Bay is like. It ain't fun to play. It's a real mental and physical challenge, and I'm hoping this young team can pull through, because I've been enjoying this. The Rockets have done this before. In 95, 2015, they came back on the Suns in 95. They came back on the Clippers in 15, down 3-1. But I just got to be real. It ain't Steph Curry wasn't on none of those teams. So you can't really it's tough for a Rockets fan to really.
The thing because this young Rockets team is very, very good. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to who is our leader or who is our scorer, that's, I feel, where they lack at. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to, especially in a half-court offense where they're not dependent on their athleticism, or they have to make a play. You know, they're either trying to play bully ball, or, you know what I'm saying, nobody can go get a for sure bucket.
Yeah, the only thing that hurts right now, my leader's getting bullied for painting his nails.
Shout out to Draymond Green. No cap. Shout out to Draymond. He told that man, paint his nails.
Bro, that game hurt, specifically the game 4, because, you know, that all happened in game 3. And then I'm like, okay, he woke up Jalen. Like, I'm about to see a legacy game of Jalen Green. Guess what? What'd I get? 8 points, 9 points?
Nah, Jalen was still asleep.
He was kind of still asleep.
He was still asleep today.
I'll put it like this. It is hard for a young superstar.
Yeah, he's only 23.
You know what I'm saying? To find his niche, especially with a coach like Ime Udoka. Like, when they came out in the game 4, they were all focused, laser focused. So everybody's hitting shots. So as a player on the team that's trying to get in the flow of the offense, it's hard for him to take those step backs. It's hard for him to drive or have a line drive, and then he gets his shot blocked, because now it makes you look bad because we're taking out of the flow of the offense, especially for the Rockets.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Well, shoot. Hopefully the Rockets can take it to 7. I think I really feel like I don't know that the viewership wise for that the NBA is probably drooling over something like that.
Literally.
You know that'd be great for me, win or lose. I feel like this is just the Rockets exceeded expectations this year alone for me in general. No one saw them even making the play-in this season, which was crazy because they were a 500 team last season.
500 team. Then you added. Then you added
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams. You got a good
for nothing.
For nothing. You got him a bag of chips and a what's that thing? A Fanta.
For Steven Adams.
For Steven Adams, man.
That's cool.
So I mean, you always hear about that one Texas team that's always supposed to take the next step up, but not gonna. I guess that's my slug right there. Not gonna finish in 13th in the West, but we don't got to talk about it.
Shout out to the Spurs.
Anywho, let's talk about some other controversy that's going on. So the Bucks lose against the Pacers. What does this do for Giannis?
He gone. I ain't gonna care.
Gotta leave.
He gotta go.
Gotta leave. I think the biggest bite about it is Dame tried to sacrifice, his health and his
I forgot about that. That hurt too.
Like, can you imagine, what I'm saying? You're supposed to sit out the whole series and you tell yourself, you get yourself together and you say, man, I'm going to go out here and play. And then you go out there and tear your Achilles. Like, that's the worst injury to happen to a basketball player. So you got to look at that from his standpoint. Even if they built a bond within the last 2 seasons, it still sticks out to Giannis saying, like, time is ticking. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to play. I don't know what injuries I'll sustain. So I got to get out here and try my best while I'm at my best.
Especially how mobile Dame is.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be hard to really get back in that.
An entire year.
He's gonna be gone for like half of the season. That's what the timetable is for him. And then on top of that, you have a whole bunch of free agents that is coming up on your seat, like on your team. It's gonna be rough.
Where do you think Giannis makes sense the most? You see the rumors everywhere. They're saying the Rockets. You got even the Thunder. You got the Warriors. Does he go to a team that's just marketable and sells? Because let's be real,
Milwaukee's not marketable.
Milwaukee's not it.
Marketable. It's not marketable.
It still feels weird they won a championship. Like,
nah, it's not weird.
Nah, that's weird.
It's not weird.
He went to go get it.
Facts.
He went to go get it.
Then
He went down 2-0 and he could have laid down.
Yeah.
He went to go get that in the finals. So I won't never take that back from him because he went to go and shout out to Chris Middleton and guys like that.
And shout out Chris Paul for conquering his addiction. Remember when he said my addiction is to make it to the NBA Finals?
Man, that's crazy to say, bro.
That was tough.
That was crazy to say. And Chris Paul, one of my favorite point guards.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Hornets Chris Paul?
Hornets Chris Paul.
Hold on now.
The truth.
Hornets Chris Paul was ugly.
Even in college at Wake Forest, he was fun to watch.
Insane. Yeah. He's fast. IQ, just his pro is from the game.
Very two-way-ish. Two-way-ish.
Oh, but yeah. So where do y'all see Giannis? What do y'all think would make sense?
I ain't gonna lie. I think that as funny as it sounds, I think the Rockets, him building with the Rockets, but who do you give up?
That's what I'm scared of.
That becomes the conversation. Who do you give up?
Give up Jabari Smith.
You're gonna have to give up more than that for Giannis.
Jabari Smith, Dylan Brooks. You got to keep
that pick from the Suns.
You got to give up the pick from the Suns, and then you got to give up.
I mean, he works with Olajuwon in the summers too.
That's what I'm saying.
So it helps, but I don't know. I had this discussion earlier because the KD rumors of him wanting to come to Houston. I'm just like, yeah, but you never want to break up that young core because, I mean, you've seen it with OKC. I mean, they had Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell. Right. You just see stuff like that and you're like, what could have been? I don't want to be that what could have been. I want them to grow together and grind it out together, really. Because, I mean, right now, all it is playoff experience. That's all they're gaining right now. It's a win-win situation. They're getting playoff experiences. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so like
they're competing too. I ain't gonna go. They compete. They're competing.
That's what I was about to say. When we went back to talking about what are the best series, I think that is one of the best series as well because of the competitive edge. Nobody's scared of anybody out there.
Yeah,
you got the Thompson twin pushing around Curry, Dylan Brooks doing it, Fred VanVleet doing it. So it's just trickling down to guys when they get that matchup and they get that assignment. we're not scared of you. We're gonna push you around.
You got the young bulls wanting to conquer the OGs.
Literally, like nobody's scared of Draymond. Nobody's scared of playoff Jimmy. Like they're competing at a very high level, especially right now. Now, like you said, it comes off to playoff experience. Like what are we learning from our falls and what are we gaining from our losses?
I agree. Agree. So what he got Rockets. What about you?
Man, I don't see anything where
You see him being a lifer in Milwaukee?
nah, but it's like where do he fit? It's like who's gonna give up so much?
Imagine if he went to the Clippers.
Too much.
That's way too much. They already did.
Yeah,
that.
that's too many ball dominant.
Too many.
Yeah, like
They already did that with Paul George. You see what happened? He in Philly.
Who?
Same thing.
Pandemic P. No cap.
Podcast P.
Podcast P. That's crazy, man. He disappointed me for 2 seasons straight.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Hey, shout out Jamel, man. What happened to PG? Let me know. Whew, sorry, I had to get that off.
But I see Giannis going somewhere like, shit. Not gonna lie. If he goes somewhere like San Antonio on some like
No, I've been seeing those trade
on
rumors
some
too.
underrated.
Yeah.
If you pair him up with Wemby, my goodness, I ain't gonna lie.
That's like Twin Towers 3.0.
But think about it though. Like think about the personality traits of it.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a very quiet person. San
Yeah.
Antonio is very remarkable. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that family endeavor. Like that would be a good space for him and his family.
Yeah. I mean, is it going to be the same though? I don't think Pop's coming back. So how's that culture?
it's
how's that
still
culture going to be?
It's San Antonio. It's still like that's like a
Tim
to me.
Duncan's still around.
Tim Duncan's still around.
Robinson's still
Ginobili,
around.
Duncan. I mean, I said Duncan Robinson. David Robinson.
Robinson.
David Robinson's like that.
They
That-
embrace that culture.
Facts. That is definitely a spot for him, and that's like a European spot, honestly.
Agree.
Yeah, for foreigners.
Yeah,
Foreigners
that
Good
makes
like-
spot for foreigners. They
Yeah.
have good foreign development there.
Facts.
Or what if he goes to Dallas?
Nah,
Bad,
nah, that's bad.
bad for Dallas.
That's not gonna be good.
I don't think any player is gonna want to go to Dallas, especially after the trade just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would you?
Nico still acting clueless is wild to me.
Like,
That is the greatest poker face
Shout out to
I've ever seen.
Shout out to
Oh,
Nico
go.
Harrison, dog.
Insane.
That man blew the internet up, baby. That was
terrible.
Insane. I do want to say too, the worst playoff series by far was this Miami Heat and
God,
who was it? Heat and
great. Heat in Cleveland.
oh my god, dude, Cleveland didn't even have Garland.
No, they didn't have Garland for the last 2 games.
That's insane. And then that series alone, what I told you guys about, made me want to only have the top 16 teams
Right.
be in the playoffs. No East or West, just top 16. Because a 50-point blowout in a playoff game, that is not good for ratings. That is not good for the game.
it's not respectable.
It's not
at all.
respectable, but I don't know about top 16 though. Cause then it'll just be West versus West or something. It'll
Hey.
be mainly Western Conference teams.
Yeah, I would.
NBA is considered the best league in the world. Why not put the best versus the best then?
I mean,
so how would you do like the format would be 1 versus 16, and you go like that?
Ooh,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I see. Yeah.
yeah, so, and then you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. You gotta think
Like
about
that would be a different.
Hey, it gives me March Madness vibes.
Yeah, truthfully.
To be honest, yeah,
Dude.
gives me March Madness type of. I don't know. Or do you just go to 8? Just the top 8 in the league. That makes it more because there's 32 32 teams.
32 teams. So 16 won't make it. 16 will, and that's the old format.
Yeah.
Like if you want the old ratings, you got to bring back the old format. Like give those guys that rest going into the playoffs so that they can perform at their highest. Take away that play-in people getting hurt. Like
Yeah.
just imagine if Ja would have just got in at 8 or whatever seat they would have been in.
Yeah.
we wouldn't be looking at an injury like that. You know what I'm saying? So you just
Oh, underrated. We talked about this. The Orlando Magic are a point guard away from being something scary.
We didn't talk
Literally.
about that. I said LaMelo Ball.
Yeah. Tae's got LaMelo Ball, thinking that could change. I talked about maybe a Trae Young. Maybe that helps out the Magic. He still gets to stay in the East.
I think that's good as well.
But
2 point guards.
Tay said LaMelo Ball would be wild. It's just he's kind of injury prone. He's always hurt.
I mean, but you gotta think about it. You got LaMelo Ball, 6'6". point
Wagner
guard.
brothers.
You got the Wagner brothers. They both
Paolo.
over 6'10". Paulo 6'10". You got Jalen Suggs 6'5", 6'6", damn near. Then you got Jonathan Isaac 6'10".
Yeah.
You got Anthony Black 6'5", 6'6".
But think about that as well. Trey's never played with
That
any
deep.
of that side. Like,
Yeah.
He never
like
had.
he's never played with anybody like that. And he still has small success where he's playing at.
Facts.
Like,
People forget he took teams to the Eastern Conference.
that's what I said. He's
Yeah.
never had a super scoring wing. Like,
Yeah.
Like, think about the opportunity.
What do you have,
that
Clint
Carlo
Capella?
would get.
No.
Like,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, John Collins.
like
oh yeah. John Collins used to be popping up.
You talking about who?
that's crazy.
Oh man, shoot, bro. Obviously it's on right now, but we cooking in the stew. Lakers Timberwolves. If Bron loses this series, does this hurt his legacy?
Not at all.
Hell no.
Not at all. I think the best question somebody asked me at the gym was, we looking at LeBron and Ant comparison. And I told them let's really think about it. LeBron's 40 and it's 23, 22.
23, bro.
So think about that. I said, will we be making the same comparison if Bron was 23 and Ant was 23?
Man, you put LeBron at 23.
Think about that. Like, that's a real question.
That's a real question.
How could we
Especially the teams he led.
Man, what?
That 2007 roster.
Like,
Jesus.
Man, what?
that's before 23.
That's
He made it to the
before
finals at
23.
22. 4 years into the NBA.
Yes.
So think about that. He
Man, I
must
don't
have
like
one
that
of the
y'all
greatest-
making me give him flowers.
But you
Like,
got to, though.
You have
Yeah.
to.
You have to.
You have to.
At
It's
22, he
undeniable.
faced the Spurs in 07.
One of the greatest dynasties.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So think about when we're making that comparison, we're talking about a 40-year-old man. Think
Yeah.
about somebody at 40.
But you got to think, like, he got Luka.
This is true.
It's
He got
true,
Luka.
But remember this: 40-year-old Bron
Mhm.
is still averaging 23, 24 points a game.
And then
8
you give him a
rebounds.
guy that averages almost 30.
Facts. That's good, but still though, he's 40.
Yeah.
He's 40.
Years old. So I don't think that it necessarily leaves a stain on his legacy. But I will say adding Luka is supposed to give you some type of depth, especially when y'all made it to the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
not supposed to look like the roles are reversed. I will say that. So better execution. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the rotations, but
Y'all saw
should-
JJ earlier.
I mean,
like,
Boy stormed off the press conference.
that's crazy because you don't have an answer.
Yeah.
You didn't have an answer. You thought you were going to put them out on the court and that's what's going to happen. But then it starts to make sense what Nico was looking at, as bad as that sounds.
Ooh.
Like a defensive liability over the course of 7 years for that max. Like, think about that.
Dang.
We'll win, but we won't win.
Yeah, because, I mean, you've heard teams say, too, I mean, they'd rather have Luka just pop off because that doesn't win games. I forgot who said that. Was it Perkins or
it probably was Perkins. Like that.
Perkins off the perk? But yeah, I want to say it was him, but it makes sense because I feel like when Luka goes off, it's like, oh, damn.
Everybody just left there standing.
Exactly.
He dribbles the clock out, or he's looking for the dominant switch on the less dominant defender or a taller defender.
And then he's already drained himself on offense, so you know he ain't going to be
I
playing.
give you no defense.
You ain't give you
No
none.
defense.
But that's I don't know. I think that's like a double-edged sword for me.
Yeah.
It's like Luka's 25.
For sure.
That is
Generation-
crazy.
Generational talent.
Generational.
25. Great
For
on
sure.
this side of the court. On this side of the court, sketchy as hell.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a liability.
The dude said it the perfect way, though. He said if Luka is getting 40, he's giving up 30.
He's giving up 30.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
he's giving
yeah.
up 30. Like, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Jaden
That's
McDaniels
a big
just had
difference.
20 in 3 games, damn near. I think 3 games after
Jaden
series.
McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels.
And we're not saying that he's a slouch, but you can't have that as a organization plan. Like, we're looking to stop
Yeah.
and Julius Randle.
Exactly. And then you're giving me Daniels having
20.
that's rough. I will say too, we talked about this before you showed up. Anthony Edwards is this close to being the face of the NBA. The PR team need to step it up.
Yeah, the PR.
They got to, man.
Yeah, they got to.
They
They got to help.
Dude, he's fun to watch. Like, I feel like if you tell someone, like, first time ever watching NBA basketball, you tell them someone to watch, Anthony Edwards, someone that's must see TV, someone who plays with grit and just balls out.
Because they're not making a bad comparison when they're comparing them to young Mike. Like,
Yeah.
those charismatic attributes that he has, the flying, the prowess, the defense, the tenacity, the competitiveness, like, all of that stuff is old Jordan, young
Just the
Jordan.
out of
you know what I'm
pocket.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just the off the court
It's
things
off the
that
court.
diminish that face value legacy. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, this PR team got to go harder. But it's also like you said, especially losing his mother and his grandmother young. You know, a lot
Just
of those
big factors around your circle, like
yeah, like that's huge. You know what I'm saying? They keep you away from a lot of things that you don't need to see. You know what I'm saying? So, but
he's special.
he
is special
by far.
He gives out
by
the
far.
that vibe is like, I don't care who you are. Like I'm
Coming.
gonna just go hoop regardless.
I feel like especially from that Netflix documentary, like I feel like he's just him 24/7. Like he was
is.
trash talking Obama.
Like
He
no,
is.
Like
camera don't matter who
you saw Big Bro Bron have to come and be like, hey,
and
like they had to worry Obama. Like, nah, he's for real. He's really like that.
serious.
That's funny, bro.
Talking about, is he ready? I'm the truth.
He said that's charisma right there, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ant's a beast.
Yes.
And is an absolute beast. And I think that out of all the young stars that are currently in the NBA, he is up next for sure.
Agree. I do want to give a little shout out before we continue. Shout out to my guy, man. HVAC Games 512. Anybody, if you need your HVAC services, hit up my guy. Again, that's HVAC Games 512, representing the Central Texas area. Get your heating, your cooling, just anything. And then the great part, you mentioned the Rodcast. You get 10% off. It's a win-win situation. Yep. You're supporting local. It's just the way to go. So, again, HVAC Games 512. Tell them your boy sent you. And just get right.
Big shout out.
It's going to be a hot summer, boy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
You
is.
better get right with it.
Hey, that was off the dome.
Yeah, that was,
that was
I ain't gonna lie, that was
Good promo.
That was off the dome.
magnificent.
Appreciate it. But shoot, now let's make some old heads mad now.
I'm ready. Come on.
I'm ready. Come on.
All right.
I want this to get on YouTube for real, for real.
So today we are going to talk about how and why Steph Curry is a better point guard than Magic Johnson.
Tom, you can go first.
Yeah, Tom, because you had a lot on your plate that you wanted to say.
I mean, there's obvious reasons. I'm going to always say the offensive side, but I think that it's easy to spot a star in the sky when it's shining the brightest.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is a lot of people
I got to clip that.
did not
That's a
see
bar.
that. They didn't see that coming. But we knew Magic was going to be a star, especially that time. You know, that temperature in the NBA, they were looking for a face, charismatic face again, like I said before. And so that's when Magic stepped in. He stepped into a light and he stepped into a role.
Okay.
And so with all of that said, Curry grinded that way all the way in. No big D1 school.
Yeah.
Came straight into the NBA, had to deal with injuries, you know, that affected his jewelry. But like I said, if we're talking about point guard, pure point guard, I'm going with Curry. It's not the same as the old school style of basketball, back to the basket, getting assists on cuts. Like, that's not where we are in the basketball world, period.
Yeah.
And that is because how Curry has transcended the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, his shooting brings so much magnitude to him. That's how you run your offense, by his constant movement.
So when people tell you that Curry's not a point guard, that he's a shooting guard, how does that make you feel?
Cut the noise. That man is a point guard.
Pure
He is
point
a
guard.
PG. Like he's a PG. He started out as a PG. Came into the league as a PG. He's still a PG. He's no shooting guard at all. It's like
I mean, the offense runs through him
it does.
regardless, and I feel like that's what a point guard.
If he brings the ball up or not. If he's on the floor, that's the offense.
Facts.
That is our offense. We're going to move off of his movement. If he backdoor cut, you slice cut, whatever, like, he's aware of that, and you have teammates like Draymond Green that are aware of that. They make the plays, but it's like hockey plays. Let's do this to get a score. You know what I'm saying? And that is what transcends Curry. And he shrinks the floor. Like, he made it to where you can't have a four-man that doesn't shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know
That
what I'm
really
saying?
is.
That'll push guys like Kenneth Faried out of the NBA or Dwight Howard out of the NBA because these guys can't shoot the basketball.
DeMarcus Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Like,
Well, no.
think of that.
DeMarcus Cousins didn't get pushed. He
Yeah, blackball.
He got blackballed.
There we go.
Sure.
He got blackballed, but
Still crazy.
He was on the Warriors before.
he was on the Warriors before he left.
saying?
I'm gonna piggyback off what Tom said, bro. Curry is like it's too much attention for Curry.
It is.
On and off, like on.
I'm
the
watching it, and it's
Yeah,
pissing me off.
It's pissing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's like it's nothing you can do. Like
Nah.
if he have the ball, it's like he can. It's so much in his bag that he can do. He
It's
can
insane.
score all 5 levels. He can do anything that he want, and then it's more dangerous even off the ball, the offense is still ran through him. The system for the Warriors is for Curry.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, you got a older point guard like Magic. He came in with weapons around him already.
I mean, yeah, first year goes to the
He had
championship.
Kareem. He had Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem.
The
Yeah.
first, the rookie year, right?
Yeah, Kareem got hurt to where he had to play
He
center.
had to play center.
Yeah.
Right? Man, we don't care about that back to the basketball.
Yeah.
Man. We don't care about that, man. Evolution is real, bro. Y'all gotta, like, come on, man.
Yes,
Grow up a little
man.
bit. Evolution is real.
Like he stepped in the showtime. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he was never, I feel like, never tested for real to see what we can do without the talent. Now again, Curry was tested and he developed that talent. Like, you got guys that's like, okay, let me move out the ball, because at first Klay Thompson in college, he was off of the dribble shooter. You know what I'm saying? And then once he got implemented
At Washington
State.
State.
Once he got implemented in that offense, it's like, all right, I can move without the ball as well, and I'm gonna get the same amount of opportunities that our point guard is giving us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. And like I said, he stepped into a role. Think about when Curry didn't have all those guys and everybody went down. He still dragged them into an AC. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all ready for some clickbait?
Come on, let's get it. I'm with it. I told y'all.
Monte Ellis was better than Steph Curry.
Man, I ain't gonna cap. I can't even agree with that one, buddy. He lost me. He lost me right there.
That was all
Monte?
jokes. That was for the clickbait.
Monte,
That was
I
all,
ain't gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna lie.
That's out of Mississippi.
Mississippi
for sure.
Bullets. Shout out.
For sure.
Shout out.
For sure. But that's
I
another
was
reason.
bullshitting. That's not real.
Think about how they had to move Monte Ellis.
Yeah.
that's
they
crazy.
saw that. They saw that. We got to move him and push him to the 2. Take him off of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So,
Damn. But yeah, I mean, that's a good debate. I mean,
Ain't
I will
no
say
debate.
too, the opportunity. Yeah,
Ain't no debate.
the opportunities though. You got to think. Kirk grew up around this. I don't know how Magic.
That's true. Curry had his.
He had pops.
Yeah.
He had pops. He got to see all that. I mean, got to play private school basketball, and then just. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away everything he did, because he did have to earn that. He was still undersized. He still was.
think about that. He was at
Man,
Davidson.
look,
Yeah.
watch this.
Uh-oh.
LeBron went to go watch Curry.
Bro, that's crazy.
Come on now. LeBron went to go watch Curry at Davidson.
With the flip phone.
Come on, man. That's crazy.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
The circle of life, because it's funny when Curry was talking about how in the summer he had to coach Amin and Jalen Green, and he's like, now I'm playing them in the playoffs.
That's
Well, like-
crazy.
So then you think, okay, he's doing that. Think of how much longer LeBron's played than Curry.
A lot of guys.
Come on, man.
A lot of guys.
LeBron been in the league, what, 18, 17?
Year 29.
Year 20.
But that's older than me.
Bryce in the league.
That's
think
crazy.
About that, man.
That's crazy.
Think about that for real, man. He's 40.
He's 40.
He's 40 and gotten to
More than half his life that he's been in the NBA.
NBA.
more than half.
More than half.
Man, we sound like we glazing Brown. I gotta.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I have Bron over Jordan. I'm sorry.
What about you?
I have Bron over personally though. I have Bron over Jordan.
Different debate for a different
It's a
day.
different
Ooh.
debate for a different day. We'll
We're
give
not
you
going
that.
there tonight.
We'll give you that one.
We're not going there tonight.
About to be a WWE episode, man, for real.
But to piggyback off of that, it's a preference thing of
Yeah.
what you go to. You know, the older guys, they got to see that 80s basketball and watch the NBA rise all the way up to the top into, you know, where we are now. So I get the Magic. But like I said, I'm a product of seeing, you know, Curry transcend the NBA and everything that he's done for the game. And he's not a generational talent.
Yeah, yeah.
But his work ethic, the way he maneuvered his game, like, that's what pushed him to be who he is. And that's why a lot of guys will say number one.
What do y'all think will make us see and feel like an old head when it comes to basketball? Like, you know how you said, like, we don't do that post-up game no more? Like, what's going to be our old head moment?
Step backs.
Step backs.
Nah, step back's been around.
Nah, this gonna be
Step back.
Tay Jones, I don't want to hear nothing about you in a step back.
Say, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I went, so when I went to Costa Rica, I did not do not one step back the whole season.
That's wild.
Everything was a 1-2 dribble pull up. Tom will tell you. Tom will call me. He'd be like, "What you do? How you do?" I said, "Man, I couldn't get to my step back. I couldn't do nothing." He said, "You just gotta go read the game. 1-2 dribble pull up. Get to the rack." So it was just like that adjustment, like that step back is gonna be gone. It's gonna be on some old head shit. Like why you still doing a step back, bro?
Because like think of all the moves that they're doing. Everybody is training, you know what I'm saying, kind of like the same way for ISO.
You said that today
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like
because we talked about Jalen doing the same 2 moves.
like that's it. That's it.
Paint
That's
your
it.
nails.
Damn it, Tay.
Go paint your nails, man.
Jalen, I'm holding it down for you over here. I hope you know that.
That's agree.
Shout out Jalen, man.
Shout out to Neil Tix.
We gonna bring you to Breakfast Club runs for sure. I hope Tay Jones ends up guarding you.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know. Look, I'm a dog out there.
I know.
Let him know something.
Shoot. Well, that kind of wrapped up that portion. I do want to say NFL draft just happened. How do you guys feel about the Shedeur Sanders situation?
You want me to start it?
Let's hear it, Tay.
Everybody that didn't draft him is either really, really fucking idiotic or probably the smartest people in the world. But Cleveland took that chance because who they got? Deshaun Watson and who else?
Dude, they have Deshaun, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Gabriel Dillon, and now Shedeur Sanders.
Gabriel Dillon? Yeah. That's terrible. A fifth round pick with his numbers. He's always been a winner. No cap. I don't know. I feel like that's stupid for him to drop that far.
I think a lot of things took factor in that. I want to say it was his cockiness, but I don't want to be that person.
I want to be real with y'all.
Talk to me.
It was just this draft. This draft class was ass.
You think so?
It was ass.
You think it was?
This was nothing that no one was excited for. Like, I mean, did you see who the Saints drafted? They drafted a 26-year-old quarterback.
I ain't gonna lie.
Over. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, like quarterback wise, it was not the best. You had Ewers go even 6th round. Like I was telling people, especially that were posting Sanders, I was like, you a UT fan, right? They're like, of course, hook him. I'm like, where's this posting about Ewers? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you look at his resume compared to Sanders, what are you going to say?
His resume is I ain't gonna lie, his resume is great too.
Yeah.
But where did Ewers go? But
Miami.
That's crazy. I didn't even know Ewers got drafted.
That's what I'm saying. But I think too, with this whole Sanders situation, it was still perfect. It brought so much media attention to him.
That's true.
So it's either, I mean, you've seen the confidence, like we've said, it's probably going to put a chip on his shoulder. He's in a perfect situation. Yeah. Joe Flacco's old. He'll probably just be the vet. Deshaun Watson's still coming off that Achilles. Mm-hmm. Gabriel Dillon, let's be real. Very, very. We don't need a Russell Wilson.
Deshaun Watson coming off a lot of things.
Come on, man.
That future song, massaging me.
And then Kenny Pickett is probably just gonna be like a trade.
Kenny Pickett is gonna be a what's that? Picking trade dump. They're gonna
So he's in a good position. I will say, I think the Browns messed up still. So think of it. They traded the number 2 pick. Mm-hmm. They could have had Travis Hunter and Sanders.
Shedeur. That's crazy. But
so just Browns being Browns, you love to see it.
I'm saying it's Browns on the shit, bro.
So shout out the Browns, man.
Everything is shit over there.
Yeah, trust me. I mean, they've helped us, the Houston Texans, a glorious amount. So
CJ Stroud, that's bullshit. But anyway, shout out to the Texans too.
Yeah. But I will say too, I wanted to bring up with the Sanders. I feel like it was really lame. I hope it's not true because they said that Ole Miss is that coach, his son that's on the team was the one who did that prank call.
No, it was him.
Bro,
it was him.
That's got to get you like terminated or something because
the fine was like $350.
Yeah.
350 what?
350,000.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were saying 3,500. I was like, that is
that's big money. You gotta pay.
That's just so wrong.
But you gotta understand though, this era that we in with social media, everybody is evil. You hiding behind a computer, your phone, tablet, whatever.
Everybody has an.
The Saints would have been perfect for him too, by the way. No.
Probably.
Yeah.
It would have. I mean, because you got Derek Carr starting over there, and other than that, who else? Desmond Ridder.
Spencer Rattler.
I said Desmond. Let me wake up, man.
But I mean, how do you think it affects the NIL? Because I remember Tay brought that up to me.
Man, that situation is like I think Tom kind of hit it on the head. Like it doesn't affect it, but like it's gonna be changes for sure.
Yeah, there will be changes.
It's gonna be changes.
What do y'all think though?
I think that with Shedeur, it was one of those situations.
A wake-up call?
Like he didn't need the money.
He did.
He's not there for the money. He's there for the pure sport. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what enabled that confidence that he had. You know, I'm here to play ball for the club. Like that's it. I don't need the money. You know what I'm saying? I think that NIL gives these athletes, even though some may be entitled outside of Sanders, some might be entitled, but it gives them an ultimate confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you got to really work on your craft because you got the money already. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Like the what's that boy from Tennessee? The Nico situation.
Ah, that was bad.
That was bad, but it wasn't.
Then he goes to UCLA.
Yeah, but it wasn't Nico's fault though. Apparently, his dad did the bidding and messed up his little career at Tennessee. So like that's where the changes is gonna come.
There's just so many pros and cons with NIL. Like you love to see the players getting paid, but then you see, I mean, there's always going to be a way you take advantage of situations like this. I mean, that's the reason Nick Saban left the game.
Yeah,
that's what I said. But like truly think about NIL and think about the opportunities that it gives the athletes. Like this should have been done. You know what I'm saying? Because college football as a whole is $1 billion corporation.
man.
Even
You know what I'm
even
saying?
basketball.
Like think of that. Like and they're using these guys' likenesses. Like they should have been getting paid. Like maybe not as much as they are now.
Agree.
But money should have been flowing and circulating already. You know what I'm saying? Like we're making money off these guys, jersey sales.
Yep.
You know, being used like
Tickets.
yeah,
Ticket.
like,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Memorabilia, all of that. Yeah, they should also. I think what would help if they make a limit on transfers.
Literally.
A transfer portal limit.
Especially in basketball. I think that's where the mess up on.
But then it's hard too because I had one athlete talk to me saying, "But think of this: our coaches can leave whenever.
That's true.
True.
They can leave whenever they get the bag, wherever. And you're telling me I have to just stay here?"
That's
true.
true.
So I was like, "Okay, I see where you're coming from because, like we said, this has been going around a long time, but just it's only been the coaches. Now the coaches are getting a taste of their own medicine." With the kids being able to have the power.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's a cool, weird time we're living in with this whole situation.
Man, we in a simulation.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it is.
We in a simulation because during the NCAA season, there was a situation where I think you seen that Miami coach where he quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he quit because of the NIL stuff. So it's like that's crazy. And then you see people transferring like I'm trying to think of that guard, Dior Johnson. 7 schools. He transferred like
since he started his career.
Since he started,
like
he's been transferring. Same with Mikey Williams. He finna transfer again.
Yeah, he's going to Sacramento State with Mike Bibby.
Yeah,
shout out Mike Bibby.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's gonna be a big old change for sure.
I just think you should, like you said, limit the transfers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, or when you can transfer. Like if you get to a school, I think all right. Stay there at least a year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I just think that's the best situation out of it all before the NCAA really gets their hands on it to make it way more strict.
Like, cause it's gonna once they break down the stipulations, it's gonna hurt somebody's career.
Yep,
like bad, and it's gonna hurt more than less.
Agree. Well, shoot, that y'all kind of knocked on the nail with that. That was good. This is the last topic already. I mean, we're still gonna chop it up a little after, but
we on the last topic for real.
Yeah, bro. Look,
yeah, lock it in. Talk about it. Bring the topic up,
guys. This has been trending.
Bring it up.
This has been trending, man. I don't know who.
Bring it up.
I don't know who thought of it.
We thought of it. We the ones.
I'm gonna be honest to you. I had this conversation in 2023. Me and my best friend. Shout out Trey, man. And
wait, dead ass? Like
no, dead ass. And it was 4 animals. The conversation started with 4 animals. There is the grizzly bear.
Okay.
The silverback.
Definitely not one.
Okay.
A tiger.
Nope.
Okay.
And a crocodile.
Oh,
which one would you as a human being survive?
Say it again. Tiger.
I'll take the tiger.
I sent everybody's attributes. Everybody's.
You gave him the 2K ratings?
Everybody's. Tigers went up to 30 miles per hour. And they climb trees.
That is true. They do climb up trees. Damn, never mind.
They're more ferocious than a lion. And they're bigger than lions.
They are. Forgot about that. What about the crocodile? What's the
That is the one I would take, and I can't swim. I got to take the crocodile. That's my best chance of
I'm on the
money.
same boat.
I'm piggybacking, man. I'm going
I'm
crocodile,
on the same
bro.
boat.
I ain't fucking with nothing that can climb. A bear can climb, a tiger can climb, and a gorilla just come on, man.
But that's where it originated at. And then I saw somebody tweet it again, and they were like, "Well, what can we do against a gorilla?"
Well, here we go. We're going to talk about
it.
it.
Go ahead, yeah.
100 men versus a gorilla. Guys, what's been going on lately?
Who's going to start this? Because I ain't gonna lie, I got
My number one question is, what does that motivational speech sound like? If you go in there with your family, you go in there with your guys, you go in there with your idols, like our athletes, our wrestlers, you go in there and tell them, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, 40 of us gonna die. At the minimum.
the minimum 40 is done.
They gonna die. Who is going to
Who's going to sacrifice themselves to die?
There's no money. You have no money, no insurance.
No insurance.
No
bro.
insurance.
No money to your family.
No money to your family. You just going out here to fight.
No, you're not going out there to fight. You're going out there to die. Like,
It's a sacrifice.
think about it, bro.
A willing sacrifice
bro.
for nothing. People are scared to go fight other humans with guns.
Come on, bro.
But you'll go fight a gorilla fist.
You ain't never heard a man say, I'm going to go human shit. No, I'm going to go ape shit. That's crazy.
Let's say that.
Think about it.
That was good.
Come on, bro. I'm not finna fight no
Think about that, man.
6'5", 400 pounds, can lift 4 tons with a 7. What's the wingspan, sir?
The wingspan starts at 7 foot 7 inches.
He didn't say end. He said start. So think about it.
Damn.
The bigger, but I will say that, we moved the goalpost a little bit.
Yeah.
And I said that with the biggest silverback ever, he was 6'5", 589 pounds. I think they said the lifting weight started at 2,700 pounds. So, like, what we're looking at, when you thinking of the prototype. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go get Big Show and the Great Khali, like, we're not finna fight a 5-foot gorilla. You're not gonna send a 5-foot gorilla, 4'9" gorilla. Like, you're going to go, if we're going to fight for real and go to war, we're going to go fight the best gorilla. So don't, you know what I'm saying? But
I will say this. To move the goalposts even more. If you have, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got nothing. I got the gorilla money line. No cap.
You ain't getting no money back from it.
It don't matter. I get
no collection.
Man, I'm just bad because I was really motivated. Like I was telling him, I said, hey, Mark Henry on the squad, Brock Lesnar on the squad.
Yeah, Brock dead.
That's what I said.
I'm number 39 in line. I'm
That's
just
what
like,
saying.
oh no.
If people are going out there and they say, all right, bet our first 40 men. If you send out first 40 average men, what are they gonna do to the gorilla? It's by themselves.
Why are you saying 40? It is 50.
I think it's more than that.
I think
because you got to be smarter. Are you gonna send your best soldiers out there first?
No, you can't. You can't send your best.
Like,
soldiers.
how would you motivate? How would you?
We're doing prelims first. We're just here. You go.
Bro,
like, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta
Like,
have a strategy, and even that strategy is like a slim chance.
that's what I keep hearing. Everybody has a strategy. Everybody has a plan. When you get somebody in the wild and that first man get his head ripped off,
Guess what I'm doing?
Just from the claw.
just from the pool,
I'm
before
back-
you even.
I'm a backdoor with the gorilla on my mama. No cap. I might punch my partner.
I'm gonna start running off my arms.
Nah, I ain't
Off
running,
my hands. Just,
I ain't running off nothing.
no, I'm gonna make it seem like I'm with him.
Yeah, no. I'm on the gorilla side, man.
You're
That's
gonna
crazy.
see me bear crawling.
Now,
No
I
cap.
will say this. I don't think it's 100 men. I don't know the number.
I was gonna say, what do y'all think the number would be to take out a gorilla?
I don't know the number.
The number got to be
But
significant.
think of yourself or any man punching a gorilla. You don't have any weapons. You're thinking about somebody punching a gorilla. They don't have the same hands, skin, bone density, face score. They don't have the same anything as us. So who do you know personally? Hey, go punch this gorilla for me.
Bro, you can't even.
Think of that.
You can't.
I
do
can't.
That. You can't. Do
I'm
that.
trying so hard right now, and I can't.
Go punch this gorilla for me.
You can't do that. In GTA.
Brock Lesnar can't do it.
Do you think that if
Mark
these
Henry
guys,
can't body slam him.
like think if you see these guys coming at you full speed, what is
What
the
you gonna
normal? Any man, what is he gonna do?
He gonna run, and you still not even finna get away from that. Come on, man. Think about it.
Gorilla
I don't want to think about it.
You
Yeah,
got to.
Gorilla in 4 is a sweep.
He said gorilla in 4.
What's a dangerous animal you do think you could take out?
Man,
Gotta go with the crocodile.
got to.
I'm going with like a lizard or something.
Don't you? A lizard.
Yeah.
I'll take
You ever
that.
seen a Komodo dragon?
Seen one of those? They're
Yeah.
big. They'll swallow you too.
Actually,
They'll
yes,
swallow
I
you
have
too.
in the locker room.
A Komodo.
I swear.
What?
I swear to God, we was I told
A Komodo dragon in a locker room?
I told Tom, bro, we was in Punta Arenas, no cap. Shout out to Punta Arenas. I love being over there too. We in the locker room.
Wait, a Komodo dragon. Clear.
Man, it was I don't know what it was. It looked like it. All I saw was a big ass tail on a beam. And shout out to my boy Pancho too. He said, "Man, what the fuck is that?"
Think about that, man.
Think about it
Do
though.
you see how you would feel if you see, like, if you just see something random like that?
Yeah.
So what make you think you're gonna go in the field and say, let's kill this motherfucker with our fists?
Hey, how you think them zoos feeling?
Like,
Bro,
they
come
scared.
on,
They
bro.
feed
Boys
people
pulling
when
up
they go-
saying, "Hey,
They
I need
throw-
100 tickets."
Fam, they throw
Is the gorilla
lettuce.
exhibit open?
They throw the lettuce in the gorilla. Come on, man. You can't even feed a gorilla hand to hand.
The
You see
wild
what-
is a
Even
crazy
chimpanzees are crazy. You see those stories where people had them as their pets and they rip your face off,
Come
and,
on, bro.
thing. They unpredictable.
they're like 4 feet.
Yeah.
That ain't even that big.
Bro, come on. Think about it.
Unpredictable.
Have you ever seen a chimpanzee just crawl around?
No.
No.
It just upsets me. We've had so many movies about why we don't mess with.
Literally.
Don't mess with. We don't even be in the wild.
It's a reason.
When the
for
last time you been in the woods?
Me?
Think
Yeah.
of that.
No comment.
Exactly.
Just think about that. Think about that.
Do the knowledge.
This was the most humble way to say I'm not built for this. This was it.
Man, it's belt to ass. Gorillas and foe. Shit.
Gorillas in 4.
Gorillas and foe. Shit.
Oh man, that was a great way. I do want to say too, shout out girl dads. We're girl dads.
Big facts.
Big facts.
Big facts. Big
What's
facts.
what's been the best moment of fatherhood for y'all so far?
Communication?
Yeah.
Like, y'all daughters are small, and mine is still too. You know what I'm saying? She's 8, but to be able to hold a logical conversation with her, like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like, we're texting now.
that's awesome.
Like, that's crazy now. Like, somebody that went from not speaking any language.
That's gonna hurt me.
Like, think of that.
That's gonna hurt me.
She told me about her day at school, and I was just like, it's
Like,
too much
literally.
information.
Like, think of that. They're able
that,
to
that
process.
first "I love you" text that they spell out to that's
Like,
gonna
think
bring
of that.
emotions.
Like, what? Like, so I think it's the community when they're actually able to talk back to you and regurgitate, you know what I'm saying, what you're saying or what's around them or what they see on TV. Like,
just seeing them mold and
Yeah.
literally, that is when you know, I'm like, wow.
damn.
See, yeah, well, mine can't. She just look at me.
Still the gaze.
She look
It's
at me
still the
like,
gaze.
what you want to do? What you want to do?
Still the gaze.
Would y'all agree that having a girl like just makes you feel calmer?
More patient.
Way more patient. 'cause
Way more patient.
My
Like,
son is like, my son.
Hey, shout out, Gray, man. You on top next?
Man, no cap. Shout out to Gray Jones. He's a mess. No cap. He's at 4. Well, he's about to be 5. At 4 and whatever, he is very cognitive about what's going on around him. Like, he can tell me what's going on about his day at school. But then,
That's
like,
good.
But then it'll backdoor, and I can see him transitioning to that. Okay, something on the TV, Daddy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you no more. Okay, that's fine. That's fine with me. But don't get off the phone.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. He likes, when I see him, I definitely see me, like, for sure. Me, I'm a presence person. Like, I can be quiet. Tom can tell you. I'll be quiet for sure. But
Yeah.
if I'm
Never
in
seen
your
that,
presence,
but
I'm-
cool to hear. Thankfully, of course.
But no, see, for real though, Tom seen me when I'm just like just chilling, not saying nothing, and he knows that I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with Gray. Me and Gray can be on FaceTime and say 10 words, but Daddy, no, you better not get off that phone. Very good, son. I got you. I'll put myself on mute so you can go to sleep.
That's it. But yeah, being a girl dad definitely brings patience, man.
Yeah.
Gotta be patient all the time. Everything.
We're about to have a boy Thomp too.
That's gonna be
It's
cool.
Ooh.
It's gonna be
We're
great.
just looking for a great experience.
What do you have any advice for being a boy dad?
Man,
B Thomp?
like you said, patience. Cause my son was just. Well, shout out to his mom too, though. 'Cause she really held it down for like a while, like a long ass time, and she can attest to this too. Like she can say like Gray is. How can I say this? It's like with a boy, you really, really have to like be on them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cause it's like it's different. It's really different. My daughter, she calm, like she chill. My son, he everywhere. It don't matter. He jump on your back. He jump on your head. He starts screaming. He chirping. But then all of a sudden, he want to go hoop for 4 hours.
There we go.
No.
I know you ready for that.
You gotta match that energy.
Gotta
man.
match
that
That's
energy,
all
bro.
I'm hearing. You gotta match that energy.
You got to.
man.
You
Gotta
can't.
match that energy.
You gotta match the energy for sure. So I'll say that like his mom is like for sure held it down for that, and I learned with her and from her on how to act with Gray and how to react with Gray, because like I said, he's definitely, I see me in him, but it's like it's different. Like he's way more emotional than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Way more outspoken than I am, but he's a great kid. Shit.
There we go.
Very
Let's shout out Pops too. Let's shout out Pops.
Shout out Tae Pops.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tom and shout out to Sap.
Yeah.
Honey bun.
Yeah. Hey, first off, I just want to know reaction to having twins. How do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It ain't hit me for weeks. It took a couple of weeks for me to just be like, oh, that's two of them.
I thought
Two.
I thought you are. You lied. Don't you lie to me?
It was some weeks, man, before I was like, okay, it's two of them. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's double blessing because it's both of each gender. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the challenges, the time, watching them grow. That, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely going to be an amazing journey for sure.
And you have twins in your family, right?
Yeah, man. 3 on both sides.
That's
3 on both sides. Like I said, nobody told me this until I told them I was having twins. And I think that Lou has one set on her side, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It was inevitable, really.
shout out her.
Yeah, big
Shout out
facts.
to Lou, man.
Shout out to Lou for real, man. Doing it with her makes everything simple, and then you know what I'm saying, like it's like yin and yang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A boy, I had a girl, so we about to mix it together and see, what we get out of that.
That's a beautiful way to think of that.
Big facts.
Well, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited. That's summer's right around the corner. We gotta have cookouts here. We gotta hang out, some pool tournaments.
For sure.
Have a good time.
I ain't gonna lie. Summertime, I'm out here. Hey, you already know, Rod. Ain't
I'll be out here, man.
As long as you're ready to lose your money in pool, we're good. Respectfully, of course.
Are you sure about that? Shit, I ain't gotta go home, nigga. You can lose right now. No cap.
I gotta practice now. I do also want to give a special shout out to my guy Rich. Happy Keen's Day, man.
Happy
Keen's Day.
Happy Keen's Day.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Chirac's finest.
Shout out to my boy Rich, man. Shout out to my boy Rich. I ain't gonna say too much crazy. I'll see you in a minute, bro.
But shoot, I mean, that about wraps it up, guys. I don't know if you guys had any shout outs or anything y'all want to give out before we close the episode.
Man, big shout out to you, man, for this opportunity.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Coming on this platform.
We gotta make this more
Take our
consistent.
thoughts, man.
I feel like
Sure.
this will be well as soon as Rich get off his vacation time. This will be fun.
Yeah.
This will be
Definitely.
very.
I do too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out Chosen. He's gonna do something special with the little studio we got going on.
Sure.
you know, I mean, it's simple, but
Man, it's a vibe. It's calm.
when Chosen came in here, he said, "Nah, I want, you know him. I want to make this. I want to make the crowd or whatever just feel this energy."
Okay.
So I'm excited for it. So definitely got to have you guys back on it again.
Sure.
Glad you guys. I mean, this guy came from Round Rock. If you don't know, that is.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a drive.
That is a drive.
That's a drive. Have you ever went to Round Rock? Just drive to Round Rock.
Yeah,
Start from downtown Austin and then drive to Round Rock.
yeah.
I bet you it'd take an hour.
He's a soldier. Shout out.
Shout out to my guy, man. He crazy.
But yeah, I'll let you continue your shout outs. My bad.
No, you got to.
That was it, man.
Shit, shout out to my guys, man. Shout out to my guys, man. Shout out to A-Rod, Thomp, Trey,
Yes, sir.
Bobby,
Breakfast Club. bro.
Breakfast Club. You
Big
feel me? Shout out to
facts.
Breakfast
Shout
Club.
out to Breakfast Club and shout out to my guy Cruz. His
Shout out to
birthday was
Cruz.
yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Who also had a
Cruz.
birthday. Yes.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
birthday,
Big
Cruz. You still, you no, I ain't finna say nothing, but. Nah, shout out to shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had work today. I'm tired.
Yeah, Tay made a sacrifice too. He really got it.
Man, what? I caught a cramp 3 times today. But nah, shout out to my son's mom. Shout out to my son. Shout out to my daughter's mom. Shout out to her too.
There we go.
Shout out to the family, man.
There we go. And that is a good way to end it. Again, thank you guys for joining on this joining us on this episode. This is going to be a good one for y'all. Again, just keep up with the Rodcast, and we're going to be coming in hot in the summer too. So thank you guys.
One more shout out.
One more shout out. What's up?
To World Series.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out World Series. Shout out Tim, man.
Wave God.
We couldn't leave that out.
Even though you want to be Kanye.
Ooh,
Shout out Wave God.
that's
man.
wild.
Shout out
That's
the
wild. That's
Wave,
wild.
man.
That's
He
wild.
said Rod the Wave. No, Rod Wave. All right, let's get off this, man.
All right, later, guys. We'll see you.